want to thank both Chair Wyden and Ranking Member Crapo for this conversation today. Most importantly, I want to thank you, Governor, for your willingness to step up and serve in this important position. I also thank you for the opportunity to sit down with you and talk with you.
Yes, thank you.
Great to see your family here. It's wonderful. We're almost done. Everybody can go get some lunch. But let me just say this. I've been listening to my colleagues. Of course, in Nevada, there's over 570,000 Nevadans who get benefits from Social Security, right? Customer service is key. What I hear from you today is that you're committed to ensuring that you're improving upon and fixing and addressing some of the customer service concerns that we're all hearing in our states and going to make it a priority. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. I also hear today, and I heard Senator Mikulski speak very, very highly of you. A couple of things I picked out, though, which you just addressed, was you do have a history of using performance management and customer service technologies to improve government function as it connects with constituents, correct?
That's true. Customer service, performance management, they've been kind of my wishbone offensive service in any of my executive tours of duty.
Thank you. And then I also picked up on Senator Young, and I think Senator Brown mentioned this as well, people with disabilities. In Nevada, including in my own family, there are challenges with getting the benefits in a timely fashion, and it shouldn't be that hard.
Right.
It shouldn't be that complex for individuals to reach out to that system and receive that support in a timely way. It matters when you're disabled and you need that help. So if confirmed, can I get your commitment to work to ensure that families can access their SSI benefits without having to navigate those burdensome and overly complex enrollment processes?
SDI, SSI, all of those, both. And yes, Senator, you have my commitment.
Thank you. And then, like my colleagues, again, I think we all are concerned about ensuring the integrity of the trust fund, Social Security Trust Fund, long-term, beyond 2033. I also know that part of ensuring and safeguarding it is to address some fraud, waste, and abuse that will happen, and that's where you'll come in. Can you talk a little bit about it? You were talking about with Senator Blackburn about both the fraud, cybersecurity. What's your thoughts there, and how we can safeguard that fund from any type of that, either that fraud or the waste?
There's a enormous amount of information that Social Security has, that Social Security collects. I'm not talking just about individual Social Security numbers and earnings and the way we're able to share that with, thousands and thousands of other people, banks, voter registration, and other folks. But if we can take that information and turn it into a dynamic picture that all of us can see, one is better able to get in front of emerging anomalies that could lead investigators to discover fraud, to discover abuse. And what I mean by that is that oftentimes when we go after waste, fraud, and abuse, there's a sense that, well, you put it over there in that department or with that IG, and you hope that it doesn't make any embarrassing headlines. But if in creating an operational picture that everybody can see, and yes, on a map, you can start to look at things like, why is it that in that particular hearing office, there you're seeing an emerging hot spot of, let's say, a wait time? Or why are you seeing such a dramatic speed that doesn't exist anywhere else? Is that waste, fraud, or abuse? Is that an extremely talented person? Is something else going on? So it's the ability to have the eyes for fraud and waste and abuse at that operational table, not long after the fact that somebody's received an anonymous tip on the tip line, but to see those emerging patterns that should alert any investigator to get on that right away. I think that there's a lot of low-hanging fruit, if you will, to be identified.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And then finally, it's not something that you have control over, but I would hope we all continue to push for Senator Brown's Social Security Fairness Act. It repeals the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. It is it really is crazy to me that we have workers in our communities who have earned these benefits and then lose out on them because they of some sort of pension offset. They've earned it. They're entitled to the fund. So I'm hopeful that we can get that legislation passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Daines.
Senator Crable, thank you. Governor O'Malley, good to see you. I enjoyed our conversation we had back in September on the phone.
Thank you for making